G'day, wonderful listeners. This is episode 77 of Trev's Talk, and I'm your host, Trev. Last week, I left off saying how the 3 special dreams I've had make me believe I will win my discrimination claim against CASA and get the medical clearance I need to become a private pilot. I also said I was looking for a lawyer to fight my case against CASA, and I thought my case going to court might get me attention from a journalist and so get big publicity. Big publicity should trigger the full empowerment of my Medjugorje. Well, I have now got a response from a top-of-the-heap law firm. I tried to attract quite a few law firms to my cause without success, and just when I got to the stage of thinking I would never get a lawyer, I got an email from HHG Lawyers, one of the most expensive firms in Perth. Their website claims they are top-notch, and if pricing testifies to abilities, then they are top-notch, as they claim. They are calling me by phone later on this morning to give me a first consultation, which costs $500 for an hour. They have told me that I will be interviewed by their top solicitor. I will tell you a bit later on how it went. Well, wonderful listeners, my plans are all shot to pieces. I had the consult with a lawyer, and he advised me that I would be wasting my time to take a discrimination claim to the court because I would not win, as CASA has a legal loophole for discriminating against people. CASA claims safety comes first, and safety overcomes discrimination issues. CASA can legally discriminate against me when they claim I might be unsafe to fly for any reason. My past incidents of mental illness, even though it was so long ago, rules me out of getting medical clearance to fly planes. It's unfair, but it's legal for them to do it. But the lawyer did have a suggestion to make. He advised me to write a personal letter to CASA's head medical officer and lodge an appeal where I suggest some conditions I put on myself to ask for a conditional medical clearance, like suggest limited flight time per day, suggest strict adherence to daily medical conditions, and limit the number of passengers I can take. The aim is to show the CASA doctor that I understand their safety concerns and will impose conditions on myself. The lawyer thinks this appeal idea could bear fruit and win me a conditional medical clearance. I should also tell why I want to fly. That might get a positive response. I want to fly as a representative of the Medjugorje Centre charity, giving talks to country church groups about the Medjugorje phenomenon. How it affected me so powerfully. I suffered a psychotic episode and had mental issues for several years, which have made me into a walking, talking example of how my mental health issues have been completely rehabilitated by modern medicine, and how my Medjugorje experiences have led me into doing all community service at no cost, a standard of community service so high that it earned me an Order of Australia medal. I can say I will be offering my book for sale at these talks, and profits from the sales go towards my costs, so the charity does not have to employ staff. I could write the personal appeal letter on the charity's letterhead and sign the letter as president of the charity. That might help. See, I have already put thought into what to do now my plans have been so dramatically changed. I am thinking positively. My idea of getting big publicity from winning a discrimination claim in the federal court is also demolished. I will have to shelve that for now and wait and see if an opportunity for me to get my story out there pops up again in future. You know, if I am flying around the regional country towns, I can promote the Moorditj Scholarship Fund and ask for donations. And if I start in the country towns and it is successful, then I could try the city church parishes or groups. Telling CASA's head doctor about promoting a fund for improving education of Aboriginal students might gain me some credibility and influence her decision to grant me conditional medical clearance to fly. The Catholic Church co-founder to the Scholarship Fund has not yet lodged their grant for this year in our bank. I sent a polite email in an effort to nudge their head financial officer into speeding up the banking of their grant, but so far nothing has eventuated. Also, it is a few weeks since the Salvos agreed to come on board as the fourth co-founder. They have to arrange the banking into our bank of their grant for this year too, but that has to be done through their Eastern States office, as they are a national organisation, not a state one. I believe their grant will appear shortly, as Chelsea, the Salvo's headman's wife, told me arrangements with the Eastern States could take a month, and a month is coming up soon. In a few days, I take off for Darwin for a week's R&R. I will be very happy to soak in the warmth up there, as Perth is cold this time of year, and I am not a cold-loving person. I will not try to interest any school up there to join in our Scholarship Fund project down here, as I've decided to stick closely to the 4 schools surrounding our local Aboriginal school for possible expansion. Keeping any expansion closer to our local area will be easier to handle, because we have the principal of our local Aboriginal school committed to helping with coordinating students and parents who have our scholarships and move between primary and secondary schools. We don't have anyone like that arranged up in Darwin at this stage. Here is one of those strange little coincidences that happen from time to time. This morning, when I looked on Facebook, there was a message from my nephew, Mick, who lives in Queensland, and wrote that he was going to be in the Darwin area, and it so happens he is going to be there at the same time as me. So, we've swapped mobile numbers and intend to catch up while we're both there. It was really strange, as we don't often message each other. This time we messaged because I had a birthday, and Facebook advertises your birthday to the Facebook world. Mick spotted my birthday, and that prompted him to message me. It is funny that he even mentioned going to Darwin same time as me. Anyway, it will be good to have a catch-up. Going to Darwin means I have to get ahead with my podcasts, so they will still publish every Friday. I believe in being regular with publishing, as followers get used to listening around the same time each week, and if you start missing weeks, the listeners get sick of it and stop following. It's hard to believe that I've been podcasting for about 1.5 years now. The time has just flown by. It's not easy either to keep a regular schedule with the podcasting. Each episode runs for about 11 minutes, but it takes a week to find things to podcast. When I am in Darwin, as well as with Mick, my Queensland nephew, I will catch up with Dazza, an old partner of my daughter's. I catch up with Dazza as I've had a special dream about him, and I want to keep in touch and see if the dream comes to pass. I won't tell you about the dream now, as I'm coming to the end of this episode, wonderful listeners. So I will catch you again next week, and this is Trev tuning out